Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings, salutations as always to the hopefully elect, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barakatham, to all the sincere, Akim and Akwat out there, listening, learning, keeping the faith and diligence of our Lord Yahushai. All right, so back with some news and prophecy. And of course, the theme of this time is Babylon being broken down. Everywhere you look, the future for this place is not looking bright like it was 20 years ago, you know. And by and large now, people are starting to realize that there really is no future in America. There really is no light at the end of the tunnel for this place because people can look around and see the vibe here is not the same. Businesses are closing down, as we'll get into in this video. Colleges are closing down at a high level. Okay, everybody's in debt. Everybody's unhappy. You know, suicide is at an all-time high. You know, majority of people now are homeless, you know, struggling to pay bills. You see? So what kind of future can you have in a burning house? You see? And this is what Esau society was all predicated upon, you know, getting you in massive amounts of debt, you know, so that you can run up the bill on a credit card and, you know, fall behind, you know, quality of life and, you know, eventually either have to go bankrupt or you're in perpetual debt to this man, all right? And you can never get ahead, all right? So America was, especially for you Jakes, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, this place was set up as a snare, all right, for the Israelites, man. And even now, you know, the Lord is putting the curses on our enemies. All right, now these Edomites and these other nations, they're beginning to be cursed in the city. You see? So all these things point to biblical prophecy. This is how you know, as we continue to show you that America, this place is finished, man. This place is cooked. It ain't no future here. You see? Let's go to Jeremiah, the 51st chapter. Started off like this. Jeremiah 51 in verse 7. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. You know, Babylon, Babylon, the great America, you know, through the wine that this place pushes out, the culture, the different philosophies, the way of life, you know, it made the nations drunk. You know what I'm saying? That's why you go to China, you know, China's pretty much set up like America. You know, they got all them skyscrapers, you know, the streets are laid out the same, you know, same thing when you go to the UAE, you know what I'm saying? You go to Dubai, you know what I'm saying? Even certain African nations you go to, it looks like America. Why? Because America is pretty much the blueprint for this modern world. You see what I'm saying? And it all came out of America, Babylon the Great, to push that vibration. That's what it means when it goes into the wine. All right. Therefore, the nations are mad. Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. Yeah, and that's the point. This place can't be healed, you know. This place has been on a steady decline for a long time, but now it's on a rapid decline. You see, now, you know, the Lord is making this place end quicker because we about to get out of here. All right, so with that being said, you know, we'll go ahead and tap into this. U.S. college closures set to soar amid prospective student slowdown. You know, so we'll, you know, tap into this a little bit, and you know, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying.
The number of college closures across the U.S. are expected to rise. That's according to new data from the Philadelphia Fed. They're citing a slowdown in prospective students, and the findings are the subject of this week's Muni Moment. Joining us right now is Bloomberg's Nick Corello, who covers Muni finance for us here at Bloomberg World Headquarters. And Nick, we've heard about a lot of the pain at some of these colleges. Give us a sense of the scale of these potential closures.
Sure. So this paper was really interesting to us because until this research, it was generally thought to be pretty hard to predict school closures. Their finances are very different case by case, but using machine learning and some algorithms, they predicted that kind of in a worst case scenario if we saw this demographic cliff, this idea that there's fewer students kind of applying to colleges. The researchers modeled for a 15% drop in students, which could be as severe as affecting over 100,000 students and 20,000 staff.
And walk us through the economic impact of that as well, especially on smaller towns where many of these schools are often located.
Sure. So a lot of times a college, they're known as what are called anchor institutions, like a hospital. Sometimes they're the biggest employer for miles in particularly rural parts of the United States. And the higher ed industry is just a massive generator of economic activity in the U.S. I think they employ upwards of 3 million people, and it generates, billions of dollars of economic activity. And even, this was the worst case scenario that they modeled, but even on a smaller scale, that could really funnel some pockets of distress into particular parts of the country.
It was kind of...
You see, so by and large now, the younger generation has realized that why would I go to school, learn a whole bunch of nothing? Because listen, I went to college too, and I can honestly say I didn't really learn shit. I really didn't start learning until I came into the truth. That's when things started to be revealed, unto me through the Spirit. But when you're in these institutions and, really, because like the first 2 years, you're going through high school all over again. So that's a waste of time and a waste of money right there. If you're going to a university, you should be going there to learn what you want to specialize in. If you want to go to school to be a lawyer, you should go to school and you should learn about shit that pertains to being a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be in healthcare or a therapist, you should go to school and learn directly about that. You see, but instead your first 2 years is like a filler. You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing high school all over again, which they do that to get more money out of you. You see? Because really, you can learn what you need to learn within 1 year. You understand what I'm saying? You can learn what you need to learn in the field, 1 year, 2 years max, depending on what it is. All right? But they have these, that's if you want to go to a 4-year, you know what I'm saying? But if you go to a 4-year university, your first 2 years is like wasting time. You see what I'm saying? Then you got to declare your major and your minor and all this other BS. But meanwhile, you paying an arm and a leg just to get some BS education. All right? The average college tuition now is $80,000 and up. All right? And that's on the low end, depending on where you go. But if you're going to like a big name university, 80,000. You know what I'm saying? For 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer. I mean, the price is 50% higher. You see? So people are realizing now, like, yo, look, it's not even worth going to these institutions to get myself in all this debt that I'll never be able to get out of. Because you have people that have went to school, got a degree, and are hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Now, this is just me. I don't care what I'm going to school for. If it takes me getting into hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt just to get a degree, a damn piece of paper, you know what I'm saying? To me, that ain't worth it, man. Like, that's why I tell people, like, listen, if you do go to school now, go to a trade school, like learn a skill, learn something that you can actually use in the real world. You see what I'm saying? Like use something that's practical that people need as a service. Like right now, electricians, plumbers, roofing, you know what I'm saying? Things like that is where the real money is at, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I know people that went to school for 4 years, got a degree, and they ain't doing nothing with that degree. It's pretty much just collecting dust. You know what I'm saying? Came out of school, went to work at UPS, you know, went to work at the post office, you know what I'm saying, or they're a manager at some retail store. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you wasted all this time and money for what? All right, then America, as we just read in Jeremiah 51, you know what I'm saying, this place is breaking down. So now there's less opportunity than ever, man. All right, because everybody wants a job, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants a high paying job. Everybody's looking. You know what I'm saying? But it's just not there because a lot of these businesses are closing down. You see what I'm saying? Like for example, my woman, you know, she you know, got her 4 year degree, and she, you know, since she's gotten it, she's done nothing with it at all. All right? She's done absolutely nothing with it. And I'm like, you wasted all that time and money for what? You know? You would have been better off, you know, getting a, you know, being an esthetician, or you know, getting some kind of skill under your belt. That way, you really with a skill, you can create your own business. You know what I'm saying? But people don't think like that because in this system, they pretty much groom you from the womb to be a slave in this society. Okay, they don't teach you to, you know, be an entrepreneur. You know, to make something happen for yourself. No, you know, they want you to get yourself in a massive amount of debt and then go work for Esau until you know, 65. I think that's the retirement age, right? 65 years old. And then after that, you get to enjoy what little time you have left, you know, all broke down, you know, your back hurting, you know, knees through, you know what I'm saying? And then you get to enjoy your twilight years. You see, this is what this system programs you to be. All right. And this whole college system is all a part of that. It's an industry, man. Okay. College is an industry, and people ain't going for the BS no more. This is why they're walking away. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the church. All right. Because right now with the church, you have Bible sales at an all-time high, but church attendance is at an all-time low. Why is that? Because people are realizing that these institutions that are set up, you know what I'm saying, to pretty much screw you over, it's not doing you no good, man. All right, you're better off listening to the men of the Lord. All right, you're better off learning a skill or a trade, something that, you know, will really benefit you, and it takes half the time to get. All right, you can learn a skill within a year's time. You know what I'm saying? Really don't even take that long. Like you can be proficient at it within, you know, 6 to 8 months, but within a year, as long as you keep working with it, like you can really master it. You know what I'm saying? Like depending on how diligent that you are. All right, but look, man, you know, people out here, you know, just cook. You know, $100,000 in debt. You know, can't find a decent job. You know what I'm saying? Can't do nothing. But you know, this is the, you know, system that we're supposed to trust in, right? You know what I'm saying? And furthermore, in school, they in there teaching you lies, man. They ain't teaching you the truth. You know what I'm saying? They're teaching you a you know, Edomite supremacist version of history, and you know, their so-called facts. Okay, but when you really, you know, dig deep behind the stuff that they teach you in this curriculum, it's really all based on falsehood, man. All right, but I don't want to get too long-winded on that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's clear that you know, Esau's grip on the people is coming to an end. You see, going back to Jeremiah 51, it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Yeah, so hey, let this shit go, man. Let this place go. This place gonna fall very soon, and you know what I'm saying? If you're attached to this place in any way, you're gonna fall with it. And let us go, every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Yeah, that's what the other nations are saying now. Okay, this is why you see there's a quiet as kept. They're not putting this on the news like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like you have a lot of these other nations, they're going back home, all right? Because again, man, like the overhead to run a business is crazy right now. So a lot of them are just like, listen, you know, we're about to cut our losses. You know, Ahmed is about to sell the 7-Eleven, you know what I'm saying, and you know, sell his assets and move back home. All right, then again, they see the wars coming to America. You see, people here are just extremely demonic. You know, the rulership is extremely bad. So, you know, all the signs are there for a societal collapse here in Babylon the Great, man. All right, and this is foretold of in the scriptures, man, pursuant to biblical prophecy. You see, Jeremiah 51:12, set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, prepare the ambushes. For the Lord has both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. Yeah, because this place, America, was established by what? Covetousness. Okay, Esau coming over here, all right, destroying northern kingdom off the land, okay, taking it for himself. You know what I'm saying? Moving them onto reservations, you know what I'm saying? Like the worst parts of the land. Okay, destroying Jake. You see what I'm saying? So now the end is being manifest, man. Like when you go to Second Ezra's the 9th chapter, it tells you, matter of fact, we can just go to it, you know, real quick. Second Ezra's 9. Because this devil, man, it's time for him to go. All right, because he's done nothing but destroy the earth and destroy the people. Second Ezra chapter 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, okay, through the signs of the times. All right, Babylon is falling. You see, cities are closing up shop, businesses are closing down at an all-time high. You know, people are losing work, people are losing hope, man. All right, people are strung out on drugs out here, just completely cooked. You know, now let's check this out.
As you may have noticed, commercial real estate is changing as more employers embrace a work-from-home hybrid model. A growing number of companies are not renewing their leases. That's leaving empty office space, and surrounding businesses that rely on those nearby workers are starting to feel the impact. What does this mean for the future of downtowns and cities across the country? In tonight's Prime Focus, Alexis Christoforous travels to Boston to see how some empty real estate is finding new life and how businesses are adapting to the changes.
When Dave Savoy bought his favorite bar and grill in downtown Boston, it was a dream come true.
This was home for everyone. And it didn't matter where you worked, what you did, who you were. It was such a melting pot. I fell in love with the place.
A neighborhood mainstay, Silvertone has been compared to that other Boston bar
Sometimes you wanna go
where everyone knew your name.
You got a beer and a shot for $9. You don't see them on the wall, but a lot of Best of Boston awards.
A hit with the business crowd, office workers made up 50% of Savoy's customers. But all that changed with the COVID-19 pandemic.
I used to call them suits, the office guys, the finance guys and everything.
Hey, and that CV19 did damage, all right? A lot of small businesses that were operating before the CV19, during that time, a lot of them closed down. You know what I'm saying? And that was systematically done by Esau because he doesn't want to have any, private enterprises running in this NWO. You know, pretty much what Esau wants is he wants to have the corporations. This is why a lot of people forget this, but during the CV19, Esau was giving out stimulus to these corporations like, I think, McDonald's, Burger King, like Target, you know, corporations like that. They were giving out billions of dollars worth of stimulus to keep them up during the pandemic. You see, but they wasn't doing that for the small business. You know, they were pretty much on their own. They had to figure it out. And a lot of them ended up going under because they just didn't get the same traffic that they were getting prior to the whole thing popping off. All right, so when this new system that Esau is about to set up, Because you know, make no mistake about it, Esau controls these corporations. Like he runs everything. Okay, from the banks to the major fast food restaurants. Okay, to the pharmacies. You know what I'm saying? Esau controls all this stuff, man. Mainly the small hats, Amalek. Okay? So when you see these banks start to go down, start to collapse, when you see these businesses downtown in the city start to close down, it's all by design. It's all deliberate. Okay? Because if Esau didn't want it to happen, it wouldn't happen. You see what I'm saying? Because he can easily just pump stimulus into these certain businesses if he wanted to keep them up. But no, see, he wants a world in which you're going to have to go directly to him to get the one of all things. All right, he's pretty much cutting out the middleman. This is why you see that the farmer is being cut out. Not only in America, pretty much all across the earth, the farmers are being cut off. You know what I'm saying? It's happening in Canada. It's happening in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? It's happening in Europe hardcore. You know what I'm saying? All over the earth, farmers are suffering because this is the next thing they're about to bring. All right, they're about to bring a artificial famine. All right, and it's not going to be necessarily that there's no food, but there, the food that is produced, they're going to hoard it unto themselves so that when they present the chip, all right, in order for you to receive the benefits to sustain your life, you're going to have to go directly to them, and you're going to have a digital ID. You're going to have a chip, okay, in order to get these certain goods. You see what I'm saying? So this is all a very well thought out plan by this devil. Okay, but at the end of the day, the elect are not going to be deceived by these certain things. All right, but these Edomites here, pursuing the Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the curses are now falling upon them. Now they're beginning to be cursed in their own city, man. Look, Esau is losing in his own society. And you went back 20, 30 years, Esau was on top of the world. Esau was living good. He had the American dream. You know what I'm saying? Had the big house, the white picket fence, the dog in the backyard. Had 5 whips inside the garage. You know what I'm saying? Esau was living well. Esau was living large in Babylon the Great, man. But look at what's happening now. Okay, now these devils starting to catch hell. Now they losing their jobs. Now they're losing their businesses that they've put years into. You see what I'm saying? Because even for a lot of these businesses, like just the cost to operate it is through the roof now. All right, so now just to keep the business open, it's like you're losing money because number one, now you're having to raise the price of the food, but utilities are higher. Inflation is hitting everybody, so now you're having to pay your employees more. So it's like with these small businesses, either you're breaking even or you're losing money. And you can only continue on like that for so long until it's like, you know what, it's better to just cut your losses and just let it be. You see? But this is all from Esau Edom, man. All right? Esau's even breaking down his own people in his own society. You see? Homelessness up over 18% nationwide. You see? And majority of the homeless are out there on the West Coast, Bay Area, San Francisco, Oakland, even in LA, you know what I'm saying, Portland, Oregon, you know what I'm saying, but even the Midwest, pretty much all of America is suffering from this homelessness epidemic. And you think if Esau, listen, man, Esau can easily provide stimulus to all these Americans to where they don't have to be homeless, man. Like all you have to do is bring down the price of everything. But see, he's not interested in doing that because he wants, he's in the process, should I say, of collapsing his whole system. You see, so he wants people to be so destitute, so decrepit and strung out that when he comes with the MOTB, the answer, the solution is going to be, hey, well, we can give you housing, because they're building these smart cities, right, in which you're going to be confined to everything being within 15 minutes of each other. You see, so when Esau comes, you're going to be like, listen, we can give you housing, and this and that, but you got to take this digital ID, you know what I'm saying? You got to take this chip, okay? That's just one aspect of it, though. But really what he's about to do is he's really about to just unalive a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Esau is really just about to unalive a lot of these Babylonians, man. All right, because remember that he has that depopulation agenda that's going on. You see? So it says over 770,000 people are currently homeless across the country. And 770,000, that's on the low end, man. Okay, really the number is in the millions. Okay? Millions of Americans are homeless. You see? It says the United States experienced an 18.1% increase in homelessness in 2024. And this is just this year. Look at that. This is just within 1 year, 18% increase in homelessness across the country, largely attributed to the scarcity of affordable housing, natural disasters, and an influx of migrants in various regions. See, this is that order out of chaos. Okay, you bring the migrants in, because bringing migrants in, right? Check it out. Bringing in migrants is causing inflation on a high level, because when you have more people being, influx into these cities, the cost of everything naturally is going to go up, because now you have to produce more resources and you have to provide more housing, provide more food, provide more jobs and this and that. Okay, to where the people that was already here, they're not going to be as secure in their living situation, because now everybody else needs. Okay, and the system that's set up right now to house the migrants and things like that, it's not really beneficial to the U.S. citizen, because it's coming out of taxpayer money. All right, you're the one paying for all these migrants, man. All right, and that comes out in the grocery bill, that comes out in the utility bill, that comes out in the gas prices, that comes out in if you need like repairs on your home or anything like that. Everything goes up because of inflation. All right, so these devils know exactly what they're doing with the migrant crisis, and also destroying jobs, destroying the economy, printing all this damn money. You know what I'm saying? Esau knows exactly what he's doing, man. All right, so it says the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development reported that over 770,000 people were counted as homeless, with an alarming overrepresentation of black individuals among the homeless demographic. Now, that's what they say. I'm not sure how true that is, because when I, when I step out, I'm mainly seeing Esau that's homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm mainly seeing Edomites that's on the street, strung out, you know what I'm saying, with a sign, anything will help, God bless. You know what I'm saying? It's mainly Edomites. Now, I'm not saying you don't have certain Jakes, you know what I'm saying, because I do see Jakes from time to time, but majority of the time, I'm seeing Esau out there that's homeless, But hey, man, Jake is going to be affected by this too. You see, 2/3 Jake. The big picture. One of the most concerning trends was the nearly 40% rise in family homelessness, particularly affecting cities impacted by migrant arrivals such as Denver, Chicago, and New York City. The data reveal a distressing figure of close to 150,000 children experiencing homelessness in 2024, marking a 33% increase from the previous year. All right, and I did a show the other day where I had went into it. I searched the average price of rent across America, and the average price of rent right now is $1,600. All right, and that's on the low end, man. You see? So if a lot of people are losing their jobs, the jobs, you're not getting a raise from these positions, so you're not getting more money. So the money that you're making, it's like every time you get paid, it's being given out somewhere else. All right, you're not able to save any money. You can barely afford food, barely afford groceries. You know what I'm saying? Barely afford the essentials that it takes to live. Right? Then you got $2,000 rent bill on top of your head. It's like how do people make this work? You see? So this is why you have such a epidemic of homelessness here in America, Babylon the Great. But you see, this is a wicked system, because a righteous ruler will not allow his people to be in this type of position. You see, this how you know that Esau is truly the wicked of the earth, because he's doing this to his own people. All right, now I can see Jake, I can see if he allowed Jake to be homeless, but damn, like, you doing this to other Edomites? That's wild. All right, but you know, it just shows you that. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get that real quick. Or it might be in the Apocrypha, evil to himself. If I can't find it, it's all good. That might be in the Apocrypha. Go astray. Matter of fact, let me do this. I'm pretty sure that's in the yeah, Sirach 14:5. Yeah, Sirach 14:5 or Ecclesiasticus. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. Yeah, so Esau, Edom, he's evil to himself, man. He's evil to his own people. Okay? This is why you have Edomites out here that's struggling. They don't have any hope for the future. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of Edomites out here are just straight off in themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because there's really no hope here in Babylon the Great for them. You see? So come next year, this number more than likely is going to double. Okay? Homelessness is going to go from 18%, all right, to 40, damn near 50% next year, man. Because of these policies they're going to put in place. All right. Inflation, of course, is going to jump up. So, hey, you know, this is the fall of Babylon the Great. Let's go. Isaiah 24. You know, because Isaiah 24:4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. And really, when you look at it, you can't even feel sorry for these people, because just 5 years ago, before this whole CV19, this great reset started taking place, these people in America were proud as hell. They, you know what I'm saying, they was all boasting in their wickedness. You know what I'm saying, just the amount of evil that these people were involved in was astounding. All right, then the CV19 came and they had to sit their ass down. Now, coming out of the smoke and the ashes, if you will, the situation is now worse than what it was during the CV19. You know, a lot of people wish they could go back to the beginning of the CV19, wish they could go back to 2020, because at least then, yeah, I mean, you may not have been working, but you was getting stimulus, you know, the price of food was still affordable, you know, rent wasn't as crazy, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like everything is just out of reach for all these people, man. That's why it says the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish, right? It says, verse 7, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. We can jump down to 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There was a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. You know, the things that made people happy here, you know, being able to go out and party, you know what I'm saying, you know, go to concerts, go to, you know, sporting events and things like that. It's just not the same no more. Like, it doesn't bring you the same amount of joy as it once did. You know what I'm saying? Now people are really trying to do these things as a means of escape. All right. And even when it comes to that, you really can't even do it because you don't have the income to do it. You see? So most of the time you just work, go home, work, go home, work. You know what I'm saying? Same thing every single day, man. The same cycle repeats itself. Verse 12, and the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. All right, so Yahweh Bashmi Oshai is laying down destruction upon Babylon the Great, man. All right, things just ain't what it used to be. America don't have the same luster that it used to have, right? Bird flu has now been detected in wastewater in multiple metro cities in Phoenix. So we see that these devils are moving forth with their NWO, and they're poisoning the water, they're poisoning the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just look up, like today I was looking up, the sky. It was a pretty clear sunny day, but you see those white streaks that, going across the sky, man. It's like, Esau up there spraying shit, man. Okay? And hey, Lord knows what he's spraying. But we know that this right now is at the forefront. They're culling off millions of turkeys, you know what I'm saying, killing, chickens, eggs are about to be more expensive because of this whole bee flu situation. Like, really, you have a multitude of things going on right now. Climate changes we'll get into, the bird flu. You know what I'm saying? You got disease X. You know what I'm saying? They trying to bring the CV19 back. So this devil's all over the place. All right, but the point of why he's making so many crises, all right, if that's a word, a crisis, happen, is because out of these crises, in these black swan events and these different things that he's orchestrating, he wants to get people to a point where they're, where they're going to be so worn out just from the amount of hell that they catching, that they'll be happy to accept whatever that this devil offers. All right, because after it's all said and done, and these people are completely broken down, their spirit is completely broken, they're going to desire what? Peace and safety. And the scriptures say that when they shall say peace and safety, then it shall be sudden destruction. All right. So bird flu has been detected in wastewater in multiple metro Phoenix cities, and county health officials have confirmed it on Monday. Routine wastewater surveillance in Phoenix, Tempe, and Surprise, the 3 cities in the county where monitoring occurs, confirmed the presence of avian influenza, according to a press release from the Maricopa County Department of Public Health. So how the hell does avian flu end up in the water system? This, and this is how you know that this is all Esau behind this, because even with all the food recalls that you have going on, you know what I'm saying? It was a pork recall the other day. Of course, chickens are being recalled. Even the eye drops, eye drops are being recalled. What else? Broccoli, cucumbers, carrots. Hey, really, you name it, it's being recalled. Avocados, you know what I'm saying? So this devil is poisoning the food supply. He's poisoning the water supply. Okay? Because why? He's about to really, next year, he's really about to come down with that great wrath, like hardcore. All right, but you're seeing him set the stages now. Okay, this is why seeing these things, people are in a state of fear, in a state of perplexity. All right, because Esau, the devil, he's about to line you up and just take you. Pursuing the 2nd Ezra 5, where it says that many shall be taken in a great number. Let's go here. Klaus Schwab, because this is another pandemic that they're gonna force. Klaus Schwab warns climate change is, quote, next big virus with restrictions worse than CV. You see? So you look at this devil, and Bill Gates is in the equation. Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying? Dr. Oz, you have a plethora of individuals that are involved in bringing forth this new world, okay, which is going to come out of chaos. World Economic Forum co-founder Klaus Schwab has issued a chilling statement warning that the next big virus capable of bringing the world to a standstill could be none other than climate change. Now, this is complete BS, because climate change is not a thing. This is their narrative that they're pushing as a means to their end, okay? Which the end is to establish the NWO and to get everybody chipped. That's the end that this devil wants to get to. But in order to get you there, he has to put all this witchcraft and enchantments and pseudoscience and false narratives out there to ultimately do what? To cause confusion. Okay, all this that he's talking about is all causing confusion amongst the people, because now it's like, damn, it's bee flu, food recalls, the water's being poisoned, you know what I'm saying? Pets, just dropping dead. So it's like all this stuff that's going on. It's like, what type of hope are people supposed to have? Who are they supposed to look to for answers? You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, the hopefully elect, we trust in Yahweh Bashmel Washai, so we understand these things have to happen. These things must come, but that we're good. All right, none of these things are going to touch us. Okay, these things are really being prepared for the wicked, right? Because Esau, when he comes down, he's going to go about like a madman, sparing none. You see, this man about to completely lose his mind. And the Lord gonna put a cold spirit on this devil to just start unaliving people crazy out here, man. You see? And he's gonna do it by what would seem as natural means, okay? Attacking the food, attacking the water, attacking the air. You see? Poisoning the soil that your food grows in. All right, well, she's already doing all these things, GMO seeds and, Terminator seeds and all these things that he got going on. Like, Esau is crazy, man. All right. Yeah, it says, framing it as an existential threat, Schwab suggested that this looming crisis could serve as the catalyst for unprecedented global upheaval and severe restrictions on human behavior. Even more ominously, Schwab claimed that this so-called virus will be far worse than CV, hinting at the scale of disruption and control that could follow in its wake. You see? So Klaus Schwab. So is awareness now is generally accepted that climate change, if we do not tackle it, could be the next big, let's say, virus. So climate change is now a virus according to this devil. Can't make this up. Let's check this out.
So is an awareness now it's generally accepted that climate change, if we do not tackle with it, could be the next big, let's say, virus with much more damaging and long-term consequences compared to COVID-19.
So this devil is telling you that this climate change virus, as he says, is going to be worse than the CV19. All right. So these devils are, come 2025, they're really looking to come down with it, man. Because look, 2025, at the beginning of this whole Great Reset thing, the goal was 2030, right? And I think now this devil realizes, because he's seen the chariots and he's getting signs from the heavens, you know what I'm saying, and in the earth and things like that. He knows he doesn't have that long. So he's really made 2030, 2025, or 26, all right? Like, they've shortened the agenda, man. This is why you see that they're moving so fast with everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything is Operation Warp Speed with these devils, all right? So now he's telling you that climate change is going to become a virus, okay? Which really and truly, the real virus of the earth is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, this right here, this is the real virus of the earth, man. This is the real cancer, all right? Because everything this man touches, it gets destroyed, all right? Habakkuk 2, he is as death. So, if anything, Esau got to go, all right? And that's going to happen in due time. Obadiah 1:18, there shall be none remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it, right? So very soon, hey, man, the wicked shall, matter of fact, let me get that. The wicked shall not be. Yeah, Psalms 37:10. For a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yeah, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. Because in the kingdom, it's going to come a point where, after Esau, he served his 1,000 years of captivity. Like I said, Obadiah 1:18 is going to happen to his ass. All right. And people going to be asking for the Edomite. Where are the Edomites? All right. That's why it says that, that thou shalt diligently consider his place. So they're going to be looking for Esau. Like, damn, like Esau just disappeared like that? But what? And it shall not be. So he's not going to have a place anymore. You see? At a certain point, it's not going to be no more Edomites. Call all Yahweh Shemel Shah, because you see why the Lord is going to completely destroy these people, man, because they're the wicked. They ain't right. And they can't get right. They're the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. Now, let's see what your man Bill Gates is talking about, right? Because he's talking about a whole lot of stuff. Bill Gates plans to chop down billions of trees to radically address climate change. Now check out the oxymoronic bullshit that's in this statement, right? So apparently you have a climate crisis on your hands, right? But your solution is to chop down billions of trees to address this so-called climate change, right? So wouldn't that add to the problem? Wouldn't chopping down billions of trees add to the problem? So you see, this man is the complete devil. All right, this here, these Edomites, the man of sin. Okay, how you like their mind is just not right. The spirit within them is just not right, man. All right, yeah, because there's no way that you can actually say that with a straight face, right? But that's the hypocrisy of this devil. Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. So the spirit is lifted up within Esau. It's not upright. It's a very wicked, cold, deranged spirit that's on this man. All right. So to chop down billions of trees, which trees are very important to the environment. Trees provide oxygen. They provide shade. They provide a home for certain animals. You see, so which he's already been on a mass deforestation campaign for years already. All right, but come next year, they're looking to up the ante, if you will. Okay, make it billions of trees now. Just cut down trees for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And just deforest the earth. That's why the scriptures say that, the Lord, that he will destroy those that destroy the earth. You see? Billionaire eugenicist Bill Gates has devised a radical plan to permanently address climate change. And no, the only thing that will permanently address the problems that are affecting this earth is to eliminate the Edomite. Okay, that's the only permanent solution. The destruction of billions of the world's trees. According to Gates, the solution to climate change is to chop down all the world's trees and bury them in order to stop global. So you see this? So his solution is not even to cut down the trees and use it for paper or wood to build houses. His solution is to just chop them down and just bury them to stop global boiling. Okay, which this whole sea change and global boiling, all this has already been debunked as a false narrative. Okay, but this devil's still gonna push it anyway. All right, he's still pushing it. It's called breakthrough energy because Bill Gates always names his missions the opposite of what they accomplish, just like with his terrorization schemes, right? And it, really, this is all pseudoscience, as it says here, fake science, because at this point, man, Esau, he's just pulling this stuff out, just out of thin air, because where is the scientific evidence to support that climate change is a real thing? It doesn't exist, but yet this is what they're pushing on the people, and their solution now is to pretty much just deforest the whole of the earth. But you see why these devils gotta go. Check this out. State Department insider: Americans will revolt when they learn truth about the origins of CV. All right, so with all these things, right, lockdowns for this sea change and deforesting the earth, and bird flu up in the water, and the food being recalled and all these things, right? They're really calling for a lockdown again. That's really what they're going for. 2nd Ezra chapter 15. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 12, it says, Egypt shall mourn. Now this ain't talking about ancient Egypt. This is talking about a future spiritual Egypt, okay, which is America, Babylon the Great, because this is where we were taken as captives and slaves, and still to this day are made to serve hard bondage, okay, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh Bashmel Shai shall bring upon it. Now, when you go down to verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men," okay, which goes into rebellion, uprisings, civil war, okay, things like that, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, because ultimately these devils, they're gonna put laws in place with Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? Christmas Day, he signed like 500 new bills, not 500, it's like 50 new bills into law, which a lot of those bills that he signed come next year are going to be detrimental to the lives of the average Babylonian, okay, combined with what they're about to bring with, you know, these new V's, and you know what I'm saying, the Neuralink and the chip, and just all the hell that they're about to bring on the earth, man, you know, through the means of that left hand. You know, people are going to get to the point where it's like, we really cannot trust these people, man, because right now, trust in Esau's government is at an all-time low. You know, like nobody trusts what these devils got to say, because they understand that it's all lies, man. They're not telling you the truth, you know, or if they do tell you some amount of truth, it's really always more lies that they're pushing than the actual truth, man. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell a blatant lie, but then throw some truth in there to make you believe it. All right, that's how the devil operates. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So people gonna do what they want to do. They're gonna go about the streets. They're gonna be tearing stuff up. You know, they're gonna be cussing out these politicians, putting these politicians to death. You see? And what? Pursuant to these lockdowns, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You know, so hey, you're gonna be, because look, in these cities, in these big cities mainly, like New York, Chicago, you know, LA, it's gonna be all kind of hell going on, man. So people gonna be trying to flee. They're gonna be trying to run to areas that are less populated. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna be trying to flee to the mountains, to the wilderness, to get away from the, you know, this devil's harsh draconian decrees. You see? But it says a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, so travel is gonna be restricted. You know, and next year come May, they're gonna what's that bill where they said that you gotta have a digital or a real ID to fly domestically. Yeah, so come next May, if you don't have a real ID, which is a digital ID, you're not gonna be able to board no plane and go nowhere. You see, so this devil's literally gonna confine you to wherever that you at. All right, and if you think you're gonna drive, hey, the same thing. All right, if you want to, you know, cross state, state lines, or if you want to go outside the city, he's gonna require that you have a real ID. And all these things are coming 2025, man. It's gonna be very draconian next year. All right, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Yeah, when you go on, you know, it goes on to say, you know, it's going to be, you know, a man shall have no pity on his neighbor. You know, it's going to be all kind of death and destruction that's going on out here, man. These are the things that the prophet Ezra saw. And we're in the days where these things are set to be fulfilled. All right. And then mainly behind this, because millions of people have gone back to the spirit world behind this V that this devil put out back in, 2021. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said when Americans realize the truth of what's been going on, that they're going to revolt. Okay, that there's going to be uprisings, there's going to be rebellions, okay, behind the truth of what's about to come out. And listen, Esau, he himself is going to release these documents. Okay, he's going to put it out there and say, well, this is what we found, and this and that, which, because you've been had whistleblowers coming out since the very beginning and telling you that this whole V is not good, that this is really to depopulate the earth, man. All right, but if you were speaking on it back then as we were, then they labeled you misinformation. You know, they would take your video down, they would give you a strike, just terminate the channel, You know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff that these devils was doing. But they're going to release the information themselves when they're good and ready to get a rise out of these people. All right, because they already know that when people learn the truth about what's going on, if they haven't already, they already know what's going to happen, man. Okay, because they're, people are going to rebel. You see? It says a senior department insider is warned that once the American public learn the truth about the origins of the CV-19, they will take to the streets and revolt against their elected officials. Now, what did we just read in 2 Ezra the 15th chapter? Right? It said, there shall be sedition among men. All right? When you go into that word sedition, what is the word sedition, Salak? What is the word sedition going to? Sedition is overt conduct such as speech and organization that tends toward rebellion against the established order. You see that? It often includes subversion of a constitution and incitement of discontent toward or insurrection against established authority. All right, so as the scriptures say, there's going to be uprisings. Okay, they're going to rebel against their kings and princes, these governors, these mayors, the president. All right, they're not going to care because, what I'm saying, pursuant to Jeremiah 16 and about the 19th verse. Yeah. O my Lord, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. You see? So that, this is what people are going to be saying, which, it's already happening right now, but how much more when Esau really dropped the information? When he really just lets the floodgates of truth just open up to where people have no choice but to accept it. All right? Because like I said, you've had whistleblowers telling you since the very beginning what this was all about. But people refused to believe it because they were still under that mind control, under that spell of this devil. Right? But when these things really come forth, man, it's going to be so profound, in fact, that you're not going to be able to have any sort of cognitive dissonance. Like, you're going to have to accept it for what it is. And it's going to be Jeremiah 16 and 19. It's going to be 2 Ezra the 15th chapter. All right? It's going to be Jeremiah 30 and 7. All right? The time of Jacob's trouble, man. Things are going to go crazy out here. You see? So this devil, man, he's lined everybody up exactly where he wants them. And come next year, I remember doing and brothers doing shows some months ago where these devils actually said that come 2025, there's going to be a massive population decline around the whole of the earth. And what's going on right now? Right? What's going on right now, man? Matter of fact, let's just do this. Population collapse. Hold on, let me see. Global population decline. You see that? Global population decline predicted. What Earth will be like with less people. We ain't got to get into it, but the article's already out there, right? And these devils have been they've been boasting in that, since they've made known that they do want to depopulate the earth. You see, so Revelation 12 and 12 is in full effect. You see, China begins building new detention centers across the country to crack down on dissent. You see, and what they're doing in China, because we know China and America are working together. As a matter of fact, China and America work together to bring forth the CV-19, because you may look out on the world stage and see that, this nation is fighting this nation, which they do have particular beefs, over land disputes, over resources, things like that. But when it comes down to establishing the NWO, they're all on one accord. This is why you see these nations going digital. Okay, this is why you see these nations, unaliving their citizens through these experimental V's. All right, they're all doing the same thing because they're all on one accord. All right, they're just in disagreement of who's gonna get what, and who's gonna be where and all this type of stuff. But on when you look at the bigger picture of what these nations are involved in, they're all, all these all the elite leaders of these nations, they're all on the same page to bring this thing forward. This is why you see China, bringing forth detention centers, which America is doing the same thing. How many lessons have we gone into over the summer where it was coming out that Esau was building detention centers in all 50 states, okay, to house people that are going to buck up against the NWO. It's the same thing happening in China. All right. So these nations are definitely working together, man. All right. China has built or expanded more than 200 specialized detention facilities nationwide to interrogate suspects ensnared in Xi Jinping's widening anti-corruption drive. As the Chinese leader extends his crackdown beyond the ruling Communist Party to a vast swath of public sectors. So yeah, China this is what they're doing. And furthermore, when you look in the UK, certain EU nations, they're already doing this. You know what I'm saying? I know in UK, Scotland, like they're going door to door, questioning people, locking them up because they may have made a social media post that may have been distasteful to the elites. So now they showing up at your front door and locking your ass up. All right, which all entails what? The famine of the word. You know what I'm saying? You go to Amos, the 8th chapter. For those that are new, Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. So hey, we're coming into the time where Esau, he's about to outlaw any type of free speech, okay? And it's not only going to be from us, it's going to be from people that speak truth in general. Any truth that you speak, you're going to be liable to get hemmed up by this devil, you see? And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Okay, that's when people are going to seek the prophets. That's when they're going to want to know what's going on. But by then it's going to be too late, because Esau going to have everything shut down. And furthermore, the Lord is going to make it so those that didn't receive the truth while they freely had the liberty, you're going to be on your own out here. All right, that's why we, press, to the sincere Akim and Aquav, to get this truth while you can. You know what I'm saying? Build up a relationship with Yahweh Bashmel Shai, so that when the evil days come, the Lord could be guiding you through the Spirit. All right, so that you can have comfort in the Spirit to know why these things are going on and what to do next. You see, because the people in this world, they're not going to have that comfort. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to have that, insight from Yahweh Bashmel Shai. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty much going to be left to their own devices. You know what I'm saying? And we already know, man, majority of people, they're going to get unalived out here. Okay? That's just what it's going to be. And let's get this as well. Offender for a word. Isaiah 29. Isaiah 29:20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Yeah, so with this, what you see happening in China, you know what I'm saying, the same thing is going to be brought here to America, because they're about to do away with freedom of speech. They're about to do away with the Constitution, and they're going to make a man an offender for a word. Okay, this is why they're building detention centers. This is why they're preparing the guillotines to be brought back. Okay, public executions are going to be brought back, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what Esau wants to do. All right, so that this man is truly the devil. Okay, and he's pretty much laying snares, because even when you go into us doing these lessons, highways and byways, you know what I'm saying, Esau has a transcript of everything that we say. You see, like when you go on the video, you can pull up the transcript, and there's a list. Pretty much a copy of every word that you spoke during the video. All right, so you don't think this devil is gonna pull that up? Take you in a court of law and say, hey, well, you said this, that, the third. Well, you're a terrorist. You know what I'm saying? You committed treason against the American government. Listen, man, these things are coming. Okay, these are the times that we're in to where this devil, he's about to be moving like that. All right, but hey, it's all good, because when this devil comes in and he falsely accuses, all right, because Esau, he's the accuser of the brethren. Okay, so he's going to come in, he's going to accuse and say that we did this and did that. But hey, it's all good, man, because it's all pursuing the prophecy, and ultimately, we understand that some of us are going to have to be sent back to the spirit world, for this testimony. But hey, that all glory goes to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see, because we don't love our lives to the death, man. All right. But these are the things you need to understand are coming down the pike. And everything that we went through today, man, these things should strengthen your faith. That this should really cause you to get closer to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Knowing how close we are to the end, observing the signs of the time. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out right here. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the Rakah Kadash, Kahallah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Lord willing, Shalom to the elect, Kam Rasha Allah, and the Bible Ball. Shalom.